Him, former senior advisor to DHS under Secretary Mayorkas, Lieutenant Colonel Berney Flowers, alongside former DHS senior advisor and NEWSMAX contributor Charles Marino. Pleasure to see you both. Chuck, I'll start with you. You see the scenes of what's going on in Minnesota, Minneapolis right now. It looks like another day of unrest, could get chaotic. You saw what happened out in Portland. I want to point out here that these attacks on ICE with cars, vehicle rammings, according to DHS, they just put this out, 3,200%. So basically, they're working all day, everywhere they got to go. Around the corner, maybe here comes somebody to ram them. That's the kind of situation they've now been put in.
Yeah, and there's a lot of misinformation coming from elected leaders in both Minnesota and out in Portland regarding what the use of force policies are for law enforcement in these situations. So let me level set it. I conducted the last comprehensive review of all use of force policies within the entire Department of Homeland Security. And that included looking at other federal agencies as well as state and local. What you see very clearly happening now in the body cam footage that's been released today in the situation in Minneapolis is you see an escalation by the driver of the car using the vehicle to obstruct ICE operations, then failure to obey lawful commands, and then turning that vehicle into a weapon. Now, during that situation, the vehicle is the weapon, and the driver of that vehicle who decides to turn it into a weapon is the threat. Deadly force is justified in that situation. And just so you all know and the viewers know, this is not a use of force policy specific to ICE and CBP only. If another federal agent, federal officer, or state or local officer had been in that same situation, they would have also been justified to use deadly force. Those are the facts.
Berney, your thoughts on everything, because I know, you've joined us a few times. We've been talking about this, and we were talking about the importance of letting the investigation play out. At the same time, we've seen those local leaders basically already deciding what they think happened. Now they're trying to insist that they be part of the investigation, but this is a federal investigation, so it would be highly unusual to include any state authorities in that, wouldn't it?
You are correct, Bob and Katrina. And by the way, thanks for having me. The issue of the day is that Jacob Frey, the mayor, is trying to use this situation to deflect blame from himself as he tries to deflect, the investigation on the fraud that's happening in Minnesota. This is a perfect opportunity for him to push the blame off on someone else. But yeah, the federal authorities have investigative capabilities. We trust them, let them do what they need to do. There needs to be no individual state or local participation outside of just helping ICE do their job and let them do their investigation. So yes, you are correct. There's no reason for the local folks to get involved in a federal investigation. All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Great insights as always. Berney Flowers, Charles Marino, thanks. Have a great weekend. Thanks for having us.